Hi everyone, I'm here today to do a foundation review on the Covergirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir Foundation. As you can see, I'm wearing it here. I've probably been wearing it about 30 or 40 minutes now. So far I'm loving it. I'm going to be doing check-ins throughout the day to let you know how it wears, you know, if it stays looking nice or if it starts to do anything funny. So I got the shade Creamy Natural, which so far seems to be doing okay. Now, on the Ulta website, this says Covergirl's Vitalist Healthy Elixir Foundation has a vitamin-infused formula with a special antioxidant and vitamin complex. Finally, a hydrating formula for beautiful buildable coverage that glides on smoothly for a flawless look. This special antioxidant and vitamin complex plus SPF 20 work together to make your skin look healthy all day. Benefits: give your skin a luminous glow, available in multiple shades from light to deep, oil-free, minimizes the appearance of oily shine, and lightweight formula. So if you'd like to see this foundation in action, then just keep watching. I'm going to start by priming my face with my Urban Decay Optical Illusion Primer. It's really good at like blurring out your pores and just smoothing your complexion. So I use this all the time, so I want to see how it performs with this foundation, because some primers and foundations work better together than others. So I'm typically always wearing a primer if I'm wearing foundation, so I want to make sure that this goes, or I'm hoping that this will work well together. With any pore filling primer, you almost kind of push it in to those problem areas and then just let it sink in for a couple minutes before you go in with your foundation. I am praying that I got the right color. I picked up the shade Creamy Natural, so hopefully hopefully it's close to my skin color. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do half of my face with a beauty sponge and then do the other half with a brush. Some foundations work better with one or the other, so I'm going to do this half of my face with the brush and this half with the sponge. So I'm just going to do a couple pumps of this on the back of my hand here. Oh, gotta open it. Come on. I love having a pump foundation. I hate having to pour it out on my hand or, you know, get a little dropper thing. I'm just going to take a little bit. 2 pumps was probably too much, but we'll see. Oh, looks a little yellow. We'll see. If it's too dark, I can always drag it down my neck and do some bronzing. So I'm going to take the Morphe M439 brush and I'm going to start buffing that in. Well, you know, once it starts blending, it's not so bad. I mean, maybe editing me has a different opinion. Maybe it looks way too dark. But, so far, it seems like it's a little dark on my face, but I think that's okay because my body is so much darker than my face. I try to exfoliate a couple times a week, so that's always going to make your skin a little lighter on your face than it is on your neck and chest. So far, that's putting on really smoothly, really well. It's blending out nicely. I'm going to layer just a tiny bit more on my cheeks. Just get a little bit more on the forehead. And with a brush, I kind of buff it in circular motions, taking it down the neck. Make sure to blend it into your hairline as well. So that's building up well. Okay, I'm going to do the other side now with my little sponge here. My dirty, dirty sponge. It needs to be washed so badly. And then just start patting that in. Let's get in close and look at it. Honestly, I don't see too much of a difference in either side. Going around my eyebrows a little bit more. It's a difficulty when you've already done your eyebrows, trying to really get your foundation in close without messing up all that hard work you put in. So my forehead looks good. It doesn't look like it's caking up. A lot of times, some foundations on me, they'll kind of pick right here. My T-zone can be a bit dry just right here, and then sometimes around my nose, like right here in the crease of your nose. So far it's blended in. It does feel like my face definitely feels like I'm wearing foundation. Like when I touch it, it's still a little bit tacky. This might be a foundation that I actually have to set with powder. Most foundations that I buy are like a matte foundation, so I don't have to set them with powder. But I'll leave it throughout the day without powdering it, apart from, you know, the bronzers and blush that I'm going to put on. But so far, I like it. I feel like I do need to take it down my neck just a little bit, because I feel like it's matching my shoulders fairly well. I don't know, what do you think? This might be a good summer shade for me, because I feel like my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte is just a little light for me now. It's definitely my winter shade. Okay, so I'm gonna jump off camera and do the rest of my face, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, this is the finished look. So, that's all my face makeup on. My eyes are completely done. If you like this eye look and you'd like to see how I got it, I did a video using the ABH Soft Glam palette. I did a review on that palette, so that video is either up now or it's going to be coming up after this one. So foundation is looking awesome, so I hope you can see it. I'm really liking the look. It's very healthy looking, kind of like they said, very glowy. It might be... See, I don't know. When I watch the footage back, I'll be able to see a little bit better, but I feel like it's a good match for my body. It's definitely darker than my face, but I feel like it matches like my shoulders and my chest a little bit better. The only weird thing I noticed, and this isn't even that big of a deal, but I don't know if you can see, just right here, I went in after I noticed it. There was just like a little kind of weird patchy looking spot, and so I tried to blend it out with the brush and with the sponge, and it just stayed looking almost a little bit like it caked up there. Like, I don't know if it just settled and like I let it set, so maybe once it sets down it's hard to move. I'll have to play with it for a few more days to really be able to get to know the foundation. It definitely feels like I'm wearing foundation, but I also don't feel like I'm suffocating like I'm wearing a mask either. So I'll be doing check-ins throughout the day so that we can see how this wears. So it's been about 4 hours since I did my makeup. So this is how the foundation is wearing so far. Let me zoom you in so you can see up close. So far, it's still wearing really well. I don't notice any creasing. Like a lot of times with foundation, I'll get that kind of crease like around my nose, and it put on my nose really well too. Like it didn't. Sometimes I can kind of cake up and just like sit on top, and it just looks like it's broken up even right when I put it on. So this is still wearing well. That spot between my forehead that I mentioned earlier, it hasn't really changed, but everything is looking good so far. So I will check back in again at bedtime right before I take it off. That should be around the 8-hour mark. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay guys, I have been wearing this foundation for about 7-8 hours now. So that's a pretty good wear test, I feel like. It's about how long you're going to wear your foundation most days. Right now, it is still looking basically like when I put it on. I am so impressed. Let me zoom you in. See. This is how it's looking. On the forehead. The nose, still looking good. I am very impressed with this foundation. I will be using it again. I am very excited. I'm glad I got it. I never mentioned it before, but I heard Raw Beauty Christy talk about it a lot. I'll link her channel down below. And then I know I've heard a few other, what do you call them? I know I've heard a few other beauty gurus talk about it on their channels as well. So I thought, for $9.99, I'm going to try it out, and I am so glad I did. I love it. So I wanted to hop back on, and I've been wearing the foundation for a few weeks now. I think I've had it for like 3 weeks or so, and I've been wearing it about 3 or 4 times a week on average, so I have like more solidified thoughts about it. I am wearing it right now, so I love this foundation. Love, love, love it. Now, one thing I did notice about it, as it wears throughout the day, it tends to get a little greasy looking almost. I have combination skin, so my T-zone is either a little bit oily or a little bit dry. It just kind of depends on the weather, depends on the season. So right now, since we're in spring, getting close to summer, I do get a little bit dewy. So what I've started doing is I just set my T-zone with a little bit of powder, and that has taken care of the issue completely. That's really the main issue I noticed with it. So if you have pretty dry skin, this foundation may be perfect for you. But if you do have pretty oily skin, I don't know how well it would work for you. I can't speak from experience just because my skin just goes from normal to oily to dry, and I don't have extreme oil. So just keep that in mind if you do have oily skin. I feel like I'm doing my hands weird, but I just painted my nails, so I'm like walking around like this because I've got these big billowy sleeves on. I just wanted to jump on here and let you know sort of my final thoughts on the foundation after I've been wearing it for a while. First impressions are good, but you know, you're not going to get your good solidified opinion just from a first impression. I mean, sometimes you do and sometimes you love it. I loved it the first day I wore it, but again, some things take trial and error, and some products I hated like the first time I ever used, but it's because I did it wrong. So just keep that in mind whenever you're trying new things out. If it doesn't work for you, it may not be that the product is terrible, it just may need to be applied in a different way. So that's everything I have for you today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this foundation review. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!